Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading. So, this is the dance hall reading. This is for people who are in the dance hall industry. Okay, trying to help you get your mind back on track so you can get your music back on track, right? So, I have 5 decks that I was led to for you. So, we're gonna find out what God wants to tell you, Leo. Okay, so let's get that info for you. So we have perception of unity, protects against accidents, and heals the sick, the gentle God. So God wanted to highlight this card first of all about gentleness. So God is the gentle God. And this has everything to do with a perception of unity. So you're not by yourself, okay? You're not by yourself. Even if it's just you and God, you're still not by yourself, okay? Because sometimes mankind isn't very reliable. But when it all boils down to it, okay, there's more messages. God, King, and Ruler. Prosperity, destruction of the enemy, and deliverance from bondage. These are the things that God wants to bring for you. Prosperity, destruction of the enemy, and deliverance from bondage. So if you're feeling stuck, that's what God is here to do right now. Protect you from your enemies and deliver you from stagnancy so you can get moving again. One more time, Leo. All right. So let's see. What else does God want you to know? All right. So we've got Daniel, God the merciful judge. It says eloquence gives answers to those in doubt. Eloquence. Let's see what that word they mean. Eloquence. Okay, eloquent, fluent or persuasive in speaking or writing. Okay, so the gift of gab. God has come to give you the ability to communicate clearly and effectively. Gives answers to those in doubt. So this is being given to you and this is being put in you so you can communicate clearly with others. So God has come to bring you answers and God has come to give you the ability to answer people in the most effective way. Okay? All right. And the underlying issue here is restitution. It says finds stolen objects and discovers the person responsible. This is God seeing everything. So God wants you to know that God saw everything. I personally like to call God a it because God can't just be a he or she, okay? I feel comfortable calling God it because it's a wider spectrum, okay? Because God is greater than just a man or a woman or male or female, okay? So, yeah, God seeing everything, restitution. So God has come to reimburse you, you could say, give you back what rightfully belonged to you in the first place. So you were denied of something that was rightfully yours, or probably a person, someone that was rightfully yours, whatever it is that you were deprived of. God is about to bring it back to you. Okay, so God wants you to know that it has seen what you've been going through, it saw what happened, and it's about to make it right. All right, so it's about communication and restoration. All right, so that's what you need right now, the ability to communicate effectively, and you want your shit back. So God has come to give that to you, okay? Could be your rightful position in the dancehall industry, you know, whatever it is that was taken from you. God says this is the season where we give it right back. Leo, what's your message for Leo regarding dancehall, their career in the dancehall industry? One more time, Leo. All right. Alright, so we got two messages. So the first one is the patroness of miraculous healing. It says, I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. So God is about to do some very precious things in your life, some very mystical things in your life, okay? Like I said, restoration. Let's see, the goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. And this is the magic that a lot of people miss when they're doing their creative projects. Now, God is a very versatile being. God is a very creative being. And God put a little bit of that creativity inside of all of us. Now, the reason why we're all made the way that we're made is because the way that we're made is precisely how we need to be the most effective in our lifetime. what a lot of people tend to do is, at first they'll be their self, because you're just being your natural self. When you first find your talent, or when people first learn about your talents, you're just being yourself, just doing you. And then people realize your talent, and you start realizing your talent, and then they start thinking that they can make you into what they think you should be. I think that that's a wrong turn for us to make as talented people. When you're talented, let the final decision come from within yourself. Okay? Because the vision that God has put in you, God has not put in them. Now, when you're taking what God put in you and you're adding it to what God put in them, it's like you're mixing up the energies. So you're not really giving the public your most purest form. I'm not saying that you shouldn't listen to other people, but when something does not sit well within you, it should be a no. Because really and truly, you are the commander of that project. You see? So when it comes to the shift of power, I think that in the industry it's all mixed up. Okay? The creator is the one who should be dictating what should and shouldn't be. Other people's voices are supposed to be like just advice, but the final decisions should come from the creator themselves. That's the reason why God gave you a certain ability to hear things. So it's like you have a vision, and you can hear it in your spiritual ear, and you can see it in your spiritual eye. But those outside of you, they didn't get that message. So sometimes you're trying to explain a brilliant idea to someone, but because they're perceiving it how they are perceiving it, and not seeing it how you truly can see it in your mind, they tend to shoot down the idea. It's time for you to reclaim your creative authority. Okay? Because other people taking that over, they will make you work cool. Okay? They're diminishing your work. They're taking away from your masterpiece. Understand? So if you can maintain how much ever creative authority you can maintain when it comes to your work, do that. And try and get 99% of it. 98 to 99%. Let it be on your say so. Okay? Because God put it in you. God didn't put it in somebody else. That's why you are the star. All these managers and all these producers and whatnot, listen to them, but let the final decision be yours. Okay? Because something that could actually be a hit, it becomes less. Why? Because the alchemy, the energies that were mixed together is not right. Okay? Because it's not always about giving people what they want. That's the problem with these industries. They need to give people what they need sometimes, not just what they want. That's how new genres are born. That's how newness is born. If you give people what they want, that means it's something that people are already familiar with. When God is way more creative than what we already have. You know? It's the brilliance is not in recreating what is already here. Your extraordinary nature is in giving the world a piece of you that they've never seen before, that you have never even seen before. You understand? And that's what gets you noticed. That's what helps things to move along, because when somebody hear your work, then it's gonna inspire their genius within. And then that's how things just progress. You understand? But if you keep repeating what's already here, you're gonna always only get what's already here. You see me? So it's time to step outside of our comfort zones and start to introduce new things into the world. Okay? And that's why God has to give you the gift of communication. So hopefully when you speak your piece, people will understand it. Right? Okay, I understand. Okay, that's nice. Yeah. I'm gonna keep this card out so that I can remember, so I could title your reading properly, because this is all about giving you back creative control, giving you back things that rightfully belong to you, so that you can express the genius within you. Okay. All right, let's see what else God want to tell you. It's not good to mimic other people's work. You know, it's like that's already been done. And while we're mimicking other people's work, who we are is laying dormant. Nobody's ever seeing us or actually hearing us, because we're trying to be somebody else. So people do that when they underrate them oneself. But trust me, everybody has gifts and talents within, and there's a crowd for each different type of gift and talent. So if you be your real self, then the people who resonate with what you have to offer to the world, they will gravitate towards you. And then they can fling ideas your way, especially with social media and them writing their comments and stuff like that. They can fling ideas your way that help you to grow even more. But if you're not being yourself, then the real people that should be coming towards you and helping you to expand, they're not going to come towards you because you're not speaking their language. So it's very important for you to be yourself at this time, because God got some new things to do in the dance hall industry. Yeah. One more time. All right. Yo. So these are mystery cards. As you can see how they kind of made some movement, like they wanted to get noticed, and I can feel the energy, feel like, yeah, you deserve to get noticed. So we're gonna take a look at that and see what those messages are. So we have cleansing and we have respect. These are the two cards that came out for you. Cleansing and respect. So if you haven't been getting your respect before, God is about to give you the ability to make that happen. The underlying issue is the shadow energy. Look at this negative energy. So the shadow energy is those dark parts of us, the parts of us that want to be controlling, the parts of us that want to be unfair, the thief in us, the egotistical vibe in us. That's the shadow energy, okay? Just our negative side. And the hex and banishment, to hex somebody is to curse somebody, okay? Curse your stability. So people in the past, because of they're trying to step over boundaries that they shouldn't be crossing, it caused stagnation. It caused stagnation, and it caused instability in your partnership, your union. Okay, so this could be talking about business people that you used to do business with, clearly. So there was a lack of respect for you. There was a lack of respect for your opinion. They were not giving you the power to express your actual creative genius, that which draw them to you in the first place. Because it's like they found you with your talent, and then they get you with them, and then they want to change you into who they want you to be and expect you to be as potent as you were when they met you. That don't make no sense, because they're pulling you outside of your energy. If they want your potency, they have to allow you to be yourself. They have to allow you commune with your higher self and express what your higher self has put in you. You see me? It's not always about what people want. Okay? Just do you. Build it and they will come. Okay? So that's what's happening there. So God is about to restore that respect between you and these people. And if they won't give you your respect, then God is gonna make sure that you split apart, because God wants to give you back creative control. And that's basically what your reading is about. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. So God wants you to control your creative genius. So the mystery cards, we have security of your foundation. It's gonna bring you balance. You see? So the foundation here is you. You are the star. Everybody else are supporting players in your story. But you are the star of the story. Because without you, they're just what? It's just the music. And who is the manager or the agent gonna book for the shows? Nobody. So you are the star. Okay? So make sure that you have a say in what goes out. Because God is gonna put the vision within you as to what is going to be a hit, what is going to be most effective. Okay? So you need to have the power to speak up. You need to have the power to pull some strings in your business dealings. Okay? So it's about establishing yourself in that way, where you have more creative control. It's very essential that you have creative control over your work, because you are the one with the vision. They can't see what God has put in you, so they're not gonna rate it like that. So you need to make sure that you hold to your vision and you express it, and don't expect them to support you. But when they don't support you, don't stop. Keep doing it and manifest your work, and then they'll say, oh, that you are dealing with. Yeah. Okay? So TDJ Excel time. Sometimes you have to believe in your dream all by yourself before the rest of the world believes it with you. So this is what it is for you. Okay? So you're gonna have to manifest what's in you so that people can see your vision. You can't just tell them. If they give you support, then that's great, but don't expect them to support you. Okay? Just make sure that you're supporting yourself. Make sure that you believe in yourself. That's all that you need in this season. Once you manifest what's inside of you, then they will see what you've been trying to tell them. And then they will know how to support you going forward. Listen to this one. I can't play too much because I don't want to see them copyright thing come up on my video. But basically, listen to how simple that beat is. Listen to how simple the flow is and all of that. That's her creative genius. And nobody really was putting out creative work like that in her time. That's Missy Elliott, I Can't Stand the Rain. That's the name of the song, yeah? And if you check it out, you'll see. And it takes courage to put out something completely different to what everybody else is doing. And this is the reason why you're going to have to believe in your dream by yourself before the rest of the world believe it with you. Okay? So don't doubt what God has put inside of you. We need some newness. Next level. And sometimes people receive things slowly. Don't watch that. Keep the faith. Because sometimes you hear a song and the first time you hear it, you turn up your nose like, what kind of rubbish is that? And then all of a sudden the fucking song starts to stick on you and you start to sing along. Then you get vexed with yourself for singing along like, why am I singing this song? Yeah, don't worry about it. Just believe in what God has put in you and what God is trying to do through you. Okay? So we got 2 more decks to bring you your messages from, and then we're done. Me, I'm super fly, super duper fly. And just listen to all the beats that Missy Elliott and Timbaland come up with, and the way that she flow to the beat and things like that. It's original. People love originality, you know. It brings excitement. It's healing. And it sparks other people's creativity. It inspires people, you know. And then once you inspire people, you could be inspired by what they bring. And that's how the wheel keep turning, you know. That's why it's not good to hold people back. And when we hold people back, we hold ourselves back. Because we all were sparked by somebody. We were all inspired by somebody, you know. Four more times. All right. Okay. So we have the 5 of Chalice at the bottom of the deck here. In this 5 of Chalice depiction, okay, the 5 of Chalice talks about disappointment. But in this depiction, the person has accepted the disappointment, and the last 2 cups of unity, or the last 2 cups that haven't been spoiled, she just throwing them out like, fuck that, I'm just gonna start over. Okay, just gonna start from scratch. So that's basically what's happening here. So she done dash out 1. So the 3 in the basket done throw away already. 1 she done empty out, and she's emptying out the last one. I don't know if you could see it, but yeah. So it's like, forget this, I'm just gonna start over. So it's like a lot of things already went bad, and you just choose to sacrifice the rest. Like, fuck that, you know. And it's good. It's a healthy, clean start. So don't be afraid. It's like when we rip down bad structures, we have a space now to build something better. Yeah? And that's exactly what you're about to do. Yeah. 9 of Pentacles. That's single energy. So the 9 of Pentacles talks about individuality. It talks about you being by yourself and abundant by yourself. But in this one here, the person is surrounded by their family. So the business partners, they may have to take a back seat, but there are gonna be people around you to support you. And like I say, when all else fails, only you and God left. So if you don't even see another human being around you, just know that you're not alone still. It's you and Jah rule, right? So yeah, so that's what God wants you to know. You're going to be abundant. You're going to be happy. If you can see him, he's smiling. This is a happy card. This is an abundant card. So in spite of things not going how you thought they were going to go, you're quite happy to embrace the new and build again. Okay? You're quite happy to simplify your life and start from scratch. Yeah, the standing stone. So this is my standing alone card in this deck. As you can see, it's just one stone there by itself. It's like, even I have to do it by myself. So these are two singular energy cards. So the Nine of Pentacles talk about being abundant by yourself, and the standing stone card talk about doing things by yourself. So that is like, you don't need nobody else right now, because what I'm about to do in you, people not gonna understand it, and they're gonna talk all kind of negative shit. You don't need that type of energy around you right now. The less people you have around you to talk shit to you, the more smooth we will get through this manifestation. Okay? Yeah, so standing alone so you could see the sun. So look at that energy. That's peaceful energy, that's bright, that's happy. That's good energy. And that's the best way. Standing by yourself right now and doing this is the best way forward. That's what God is saying to you. Okay? So you need to have creative control of your work. That's the basis of what's going on with your career right now. Nobody can tell you how to be you. You know you. Let's bring you your last message. Then you're good to go. Yours is the shortest reading so far. Yeah, this one for you. Basically, dude say, I'm a movement by myself. And that's the part of the song that you need to know. But in order for you to be a force when you're together, they have to see what the fuck you dealing with first. Or else they're gonna just fight against you. And that's gonna frustrate you. Because you know that what's inside of you is something good. God say you don't need that type of energy around you at this time. Two more times. Alright. I knew this card was gonna come out. So God says go slow. God says don't rush. Okay? Because there are things that need to be put in place that's behind the scenes. So don't force the technique, first of all, and don't rush the process. By the time it's finished, it's gonna have the level of impact that you were hoping for. But haste makes waste. So do not rush. Okay? Alright. Look at that. We got Be still, do nothing, think nothing. So there will be times where you just need to step away from the project. Because what I find is this: when we're working on something and we have a block, if you try and force it, you're just gonna put things there that, you know, it's not gonna have the same kind of punch that the rest of it has, the rest that was just flowing. Okay, so God want you to understand, when it's time to be still, be still. Because if you call in, or if you try and call in energies, if you try and force it, it's gonna darken everything. It's gonna go left. You understand? You're creating dark magic. You're manipulating your work in a negative way if you choose to force the technique. So God says, I'm gonna guide you. Do not hesitate to just step away from the project and go have some fun somewhere. Okay? Go and have some fun somewhere. Go and free your mind somewhere. All work and no play will make you dull. So when your mind goes blank, when you don't know what to do next, that's God's cue telling you to go and do something else with yourself. Trust me, when the inspiration hit you to work on the project again, you're going to feel it and you're going to know it. That's when you go back to it. Okay? So don't rush it. It's hard to do, but slow down. There's man's timing and there's God's timing, and there's nothing better than God's timing. And in the meantime, if this is your source of income, if it's not bringing in, then go find something else to do, Panny. Get a part-time job. Do something else on the side, because you never know, something may happen at that other job that inspires what's going on over here. You see how God works? So just do what is best for you and don't rush that project, because that project is going to be fantastic if you choose to go with the flow. Go with the flow. Okay? So that's the message that God has for you. So you can look forward to having great things happening in your dancehall career in the future. But if you have to do other things in the meantime, do other things in the meantime. And a last thing I want to share with you is, what I realize with musicians is this: when they start writing, okay, their work is great because they have lived regular life where they can relate to a whole bunch of people. But then once they get caught up in fame and whatnot, they live a different life because they're hanging around a different set of people. So that now creates a disconnect between the regular people and the superstar. Okay? And then when they start, when they make more music, because they're so disconnected from the regular people, their music is also disconnected because they don't know about simple life anymore. So as a musician, I feel like it is always good to take a break from the spotlight and do some regular people things. You know what I'm saying? Walk the walk so that then you could talk the talk. You understand? Because the way that your songs become a hit, or the way that your music become a hit, is when people can, when a large group of people can relate. Okay? Your music needs to be relatable. And that's why it's good to write about your experiences and things like that. But if you're not experiencing what the majority are experiencing, then you can only talk about what the minority are experiencing. Okay? The minority only experience fast cars and drugs and sex, nice clothes and expensive clothes and blah, 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 blah. The regular people, they get to experience having to work 2 jobs and, you know, talk about stuff that real people have to deal with on a daily. You know what I'm saying? That way you could reach out to a lot more people, and people who are not wise enough to get 2 jobs. Maybe you might inspire somebody. You know, I'm gonna get another job for real because I need something else to help, you know, manage things. So yeah, so as people in the music industry, we play a very, very, very important role in the flow of life. Because how many people put on music when they're just cleaning their house, or when they're driving down the road, or when you wake up in the morning and you get ready for work? Music keep you, you know, it motivate you differently still. So you guys are very important to us. Okay? So We need you to have your head together so that you can then help us to get our head together. Okay? So that's the reason for these readings. Thank you so much for watching, Leo, and I wish you the best going forward. Take care.